Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Johnny Blues, and this is going to be a brief little discussion video on Susei no Gargantia, Episode 2, wherein we pick up right where we left off at the end of the first one. Leto, or Red as the case may actually be, facing the armed inhabitants of Gargantia, a giant floating city on this now waterworld Earth. But the mobilization against the potential threat he presents doesn't end there. Robotic diving suits soon roll out onto the scene, their thick-set metal bodies usually utilized for roving and scavenging in the ocean depths, seemingly allowing them to match his machine caliber's menacing presence, if nothing else. Leto authorizes his caliber's AI chamber to open as best a dialogue with these people as it can manage. This leads to the introduction of Ridget, the head convoy representative, and some of the facts of Leto's coming to be there are brought to light. But soon follows the debriefing of Amy, who relates her feeling that, for all intents and purposes, Leto is just a normal guy who, as it happens, fondled her butt a few times. She describes him as that which he truly is, a fish out of water. They may not all believe his story of an as-yet unfolding war between humanity and an alien race, but they are at least capable of recognizing the great potential his machine caliber has in reaping them myriad benefits, and so they let things lie for a bit. And I have to say, I found the descriptions of the machine caliber by Amy, Pinion, Ridget, and a lot of them pretty hilarious too. Jumboro, Jumboroid, and the like. The conversation between Leto and Chamber during this sequence is pretty entertaining as well, as Chamber offers up several lines of potential actions he could take as good suggestions, quote-unquote, but Leto isn't about to wrangle up more hostages and create a stronghold set between himself and these people. Rather, does he see clearly that they're in a lot of ways backwards to what he considers the norms of living. But backward may be the furthest from the truth when it comes to these people, as it is revealed through the young, potentially bedridden boy named Bevel, and who may or may not be a relation of Amy, that the history of their Earth was said to have once been iced over, and that humanity at the time struck out for the stars. He is ever the wide-eyed dreamer, believing readily in a world where those people of old have finally returned from whence they came, taking every journey he is likely unable to. And all of this, per the subsequent appointing of Amy as a sort of negotiator, because of the previous familiarity she shared with Leto, but also her eagerness to understand this new human being on their doorstep just as much as Bevel wishes he could, proves to be true. There's a great sense of communing in the fish she shares with Leto, even if he's slightly incredulous at the sight of it at first, and thus a bond of sorts is formed for the moment. They have an unfolding understanding of each other and their mutually exclusive worlds as translated through Chamber's matrix, and she is awed by the fantastic construction and autonomy that the machine caliber represents when she is shown it has no other pilot. Leto himself is equally awed by the nature of this world, which displays its full beauty and potential in an event Amy calls the Galaxy Path, or Sea Galaxy. Great bolts of finger lightning that strike the ocean waters from above, illuminating the enzymes in the water and causing them to shimmer and glow. Amy tells him how her people live by this phenomenon, utilizing the electricity it produces to power their great floating cities, and how ships of all sizes will seek out these events as they cannot be predicted. And thus there's always a level of uncertainty when it comes to the longevity of their power reserves and survival. And while this world may not be so backward as Leto once thought, seeing as their technologies may not be nearly as advanced as his, but are truly and wondrously clever, like the winged kites they soar overhead with, that speak to their ingenuity, as well as the myths that seem to suggest the world Leto knew as today may well have been the yesterdays long gone by of these people. There is still a futile and bloodthirsty avarice in the hearts and minds of some who exist in this world, the pirates. As Bellows and a small faction have sought out the ocean depths where Leto's machine caliber was unearthed, they come under attack from just such a roving band of misfits. In an act of desperation, Amy runs to Leto and begs him to help, which ultimately he agrees to do, being highly aware of the leverage the situation may bring him. And here, for the first time, does Amy and her people see just what Leto and his machine caliber are capable of, and it stuns them all to silence, understandably so. Leto wages a soaring, calculated war on the pirates, pinpointing their vessels and every last one of them personally. He orders Chamber to fire, and every last one of the vessels explodes in flames. The pirates disintegrated into wisps of smoke, reduced to atoms. We're left at that very moment with another cliffhanger, and if you're anything like me, sitting there wide-eyed and mouth agape, awed by the beautiful brutality and the salacious splendor. It would be fairly easy for me to say that the thing I love about this series the most is the practicality of the interpersonal interactions. There's a very Star Trek sense of bridging a gap with understanding and trying to reach one another, just as much as there is the awe of discovery and the magnificence of technology, whether basic or racked with complexity. I am loving every minute of it. And so I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments below whether you've enjoyed episode 2 of Suisei no Gargantia, if you've seen it. What kind of aftermath do you think will unfold in answer to Leto's laying waste to these pirates? Will he be hailed a hero or seen as a criminal? And otherwise, that'll be it for me on this one. I hope you're all doing well. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you later. Peace.